Knocking at 3:13 a.m. Emily had just moved to a small apartment in Chicago, hoping to start over, but the strange occurrences started on her second night. The first night was normal, but the second night, she heard the knocking, and it sent chills down her spine. She checked her phone, and it was exactly 3:13 a.m., the same time every night the knocking occurred. Emily opened the door slowly, but no one was there, only a long wet hallway and a strange smell. The knocking returned every night, always at 3:13 a.m., and Emily couldn't shake off the feeling that something was off. One night, she heard footsteps upstairs, and her curiosity got the better of her. She approached the landlord, who looked terrified when she mentioned the footsteps, and he whispered a warning. The landlord told her that apartment 66 upstairs was sealed, and she should stay away from it. But Emily's curiosity got the better of her, and she decided to investigate apartment 66. The upstairs hallway was freezing cold, and Emily could feel a chill run down her spine. Apartment 66 had chains on the door, but they were already broken, as if someone had recently passed through. Inside the apartment, everything was covered in dust, and Emily could feel the weight of years of abandonment. She found old newspaper clippings about a family murdered in an apartment fire, and a 12-year-old girl who was never found. Suddenly, Emily heard the knocking behind her, and she turned to see a little girl standing in the dark corner. The little girl had burned skin and hollow eyes, and she whispered that her mommy still knocks at night because she's looking for her. Emily was shocked and tried to talk to the little girl, but she just vanished into thin air. The next morning, police entered apartment 66, but Emily was gone, and there was no sign of her anywhere. The police found Emily's phone in apartment 66, but there were no calls or messages, as if she had just disappeared. The landlord was still shaken and refused to talk about what happened in apartment 66. The little girl was still seen sometimes, standing in the hallway, waiting for her mommy, and the knocking continued every night. People were afraid to go to bed at night, fearing the knocking would start again, and the legend of the knocking door spread throughout the building. Some said that if you listened closely, you could hear Emily's voice, whispering "help me" between the knocks. The police were still investigating, but they had no leads, and the case was still open, leaving everyone with a sense of unease. The knocking door had become a symbol of the horror that happened in apartment 66, a reminder of the tragedy that occurred 12 years ago. Every night, at exactly 3:13 a.m., the knocking started again, and people wondered if Emily would ever be found. The story of the knocking door had become a mystery, a ghost story that people told to scare each other, but for Emily, it was a reality. She was stuck in apartment 66, knocking on doors, searching for a way out, and the little girl was still waiting for her mommy. The knocking door had become a reminder of the tragedy that occurred 12 years ago, and the horror that still lingered. As the nights went by, the knocking continued, and people began to wonder if they would ever find out what happened to Emily. The police were still searching for Emily, but every lead seemed to end in a dead end, and the case remained a mystery. The knocking door had become a part of the building's history, a ghost story that would be told for generations to come. And every night, at exactly 3:13 a.m., the knocking would start again, a reminder of the horror that still lingered in apartment 66. As the days went by, the knocking became more frequent, and the legend of apartment 66 spread throughout the building, with many claiming to have seen the little girl's ghostly figure in the hallways. The police were baffled by the case, and the lack of evidence made it impossible to determine what had happened to Emily, leaving her family and friends in a state of perpetual uncertainty. Some brave residents decided to investigate the strange occurrences, but as they approached apartment 66, they felt an eerie presence, as if something was watching them from the shadows. The knocking door had become a sensation, with people from all over the city coming to witness the paranormal activity, but the landlord was not pleased with the attention, fearing it would drive away potential tenants. One stormy night, a group of friends decided to explore apartment 66, but as they entered, they were met with an intense, unsettling feeling, as if they were being pulled into a dark and sinister world. The friends soon discovered that the knocking was not just a simple noise, but a desperate cry for help, a message from beyond the grave, and they knew they had to uncover the truth behind the tragedy. As they dug deeper, they found a series of cryptic letters and diary entries belonging to the little girl, revealing a heartbreaking story of loss and tragedy, and a mother's desperate search for her child. The friends realized that the knocking was not just a ghostly phenomenon, but a connection to the past, a bridge between the world of the living and the dead, and they felt a deep sense of responsibility to help the trapped spirits find peace. With the help of a paranormal investigator, the friends conducted a séance, hoping to communicate with the spirits and put an end to the knocking, but they were not prepared for what they were about to experience. As they contacted the spirits, they discovered that Emily was indeed trapped in apartment 66, and the little girl was waiting for her mother, who had been searching for her for 12 long years, and the friends knew they had to find a way to reunite them. The friends, with the help of the paranormal investigator, performed a ritual to release the trapped spirits, and as they did, the knocking stopped, and an eerie silence filled the hallway. As the silence lingered, the friends felt a sense of relief wash over them, knowing that they had helped the trapped spirits find peace, and the knocking door was finally still. The building's residents, who had grown accustomed to the knocking, were shocked by the sudden silence, and they began to whisper among themselves about the strange occurrences that had taken place in apartment 66. The legend of the knocking door lived on, a reminder of the tragedy that had occurred in apartment 66, and the friends who had helped the trapped spirits find peace, but the story was no longer one of horror, but of hope and redemption. Years later, the building was renovated, and apartment 66 was reopened, but the memory of the knocking door and the friends who had helped the trapped spirits find peace lived on, a testament to the power of friendship and determination. The story of the knocking door became a legend, told and retold, a reminder of the importance of helping those in need, and the power of the human spirit to overcome even the most daunting challenges. And so, the story of the knocking door came to an end, a story of tragedy, loss, and ultimately, redemption, a reminder that even in the darkest of times, there is always hope for a better tomorrow. The friends who had helped the trapped spirits find peace went their separate ways, but they never forgot the lessons they had learned in apartment 66, and the power of friendship and determination that had brought them together. And as for Emily and the little girl, they were finally at peace, reunited in a place where love and hope knew no bounds, and the knocking door was just a distant memory, a reminder of the journey they had taken to get there. The knocking door, once a symbol of horror and tragedy, had become a symbol of hope and redemption, a reminder that even in the darkest of times, there is always a way out, and a chance for peace and happiness. And so, the story of the knocking door came full circle, a story of love, loss, and redemption, a reminder that the power of the human spirit can overcome even the most daunting challenges, and that hope and happiness are always within reach. The end of the story marked a new beginning, a chance for the characters to start anew, and for the readers to reflect on the lessons they had learned, and the power of the human spirit to overcome adversity. And as the curtain closed on the story of the knocking door, the readers were left to ponder the mysteries of the universe, and the power of the human spirit to overcome even the most daunting challenges. The story of the knocking door would live on, a reminder of the importance of hope, love, and redemption, and the power of the human spirit to overcome adversity, and to find peace and happiness in a world filled with challenges and uncertainties. And so, the story of the knocking door came to a close, a story that would be remembered for generations to come, a reminder of the power of the human spirit, and the importance of never giving up, even in the face of adversity. The knocking door, once a source of fear and anxiety, had become a symbol of hope and redemption, a reminder that even in the darkest of times, there is always a way out, and a chance for peace and happiness. And as the story of the knocking door faded into memory, the readers were left to ponder the mysteries of the universe and the power of the human spirit to overcome even the most daunting challenges and to find peace and happiness in a world filled with uncertainties. The story of the knocking door would be remembered for generations to come, a reminder of the importance of hope, love, and redemption, and the power of the human spirit to overcome adversity and to find peace and happiness in a world filled with challenges and uncertainties. And so, the story of the knocking door came to a close, a story that would be etched in the memories of the readers, a reminder of the power of the human spirit and the importance of never giving up, even in the face of adversity. The knocking door, once a source of fear and anxiety, had become a symbol of hope and redemption, a reminder that even in the darkest of times, there is always a way out and a chance for peace and happiness, and the story would live on, a testament to the power of the human spirit. And as the final curtain closed on the story of the knocking door, the readers were left to ponder the mysteries of the universe and the power of the human spirit to overcome even the most daunting challenges and to find peace and happiness in a world filled with uncertainties, and the story came to a satisfying end.